There we go. 101 is quite high. Yeah. So, if you weren't paying attention to the screen before I actually started recording, today's Shiny Hunt is going to be featuring both Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Both are going to be in LeafGreen versions, because I need to start LeafGreen already. They also have different names. So I'm hoping that I can get Bulbasaur because it has the name Dante with it. However, if I get Squirtle, I'm stuck with Dedente on the on the LeafGreen version. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to get back to this. Yeah, keep an eye on your temperature. Especially since you're going to be at work and your guys' AC doesn't work very well. Going to the ER tomorrow, huh? They fixed the AC? Oh, wow. A company that actually fixed the AC. That's crazy. Alright, so I don't think I said it last time. So Kamiri is the one who won the... Oh, whoops. Kamiri's the one who won the red orb thing for last month, so he ended up choosing to name Growlithe. So both Growlithe and Arcanine are both off the table now. Yeah, Max. Keep a close eye on your temperature. All right. Offered to change the count by 2. Let me add that in there. Funny enough, that means that the first shiny for the day, or sorry, the first reset of the day is technically a 10,000 raffle. All right. Should be good. Okay. There we go. Because the buses ran very whack today, so we would not be able to get... Oh, wow. Okay. It would have been me, but I felt the urge to gamble. It should have been me, not him. Exclamation join for the red orbs if you want to be potentially the winner of getting to name a shiny at the end of the month. I don't understand like why your buses are having such trouble keeping up with like a schedule. Down in Virginia Beach, granted, it is the beach, those buses are always on time. Like, they were so on time that essentially what ended up happening is they would, how their timing schedule worked down there is they would have one bus that's ready to depart, but before they depart, they're actually waiting for the next bus to get there. Oh, sorry. I need this to be same time. That's a lie, but okay. No, I mean, you're just in the 26 right now. But you are very beefy. Let's see, I think I made another one. I think it's exclamation shiny, I believe. Oh, I didn't change one of my commands, actually, now that I think about it. Whoopsies. Let's let that sit there for a minute. I forgot to change the command for what I'm hunting. Oh no, I did already change it. Alright. Never mind. Disregard that. You haven't been to the beach since you were a toddler? Jesus. Yeah, whenever I was younger, like, I went like, I don't know, like 12 years in a row because my parents loved the beach so much, and I couldn't. I'm so tired of the beach, man. It's 9:19. Was it supposed to be there? And it probably has something to do with that, you know, real hot air that's going on right now. Oh. It's supposed to be here now. You've been to 1 zoo and 0 aquarium. I've only been to 1 zoo as well. That was in, I think Cincinnati. Is that where it is? Cincinnati Zoo, I think, is exactly what the one that I went to. And I've been to 1 aquarium twice. Been to 3 zoos in an aquarium. Jeez. I had fun. I had a lot of fun at the Cincinnati Zoo. These are such fun little places. So long as the animals are being taken care of. School trips are whack. That's why I've been to 2. That's why I've been to 1 aquarium twice. The Smithsonian in DC go crazy. So because we're doing 2 screens or 2 checks per reset, these raffles will actually go a lot quicker, by the way, Sal. One was the Safari Zoo and Natural Version, was the DC on a field trip. Interesting. I always thought about going to the Natural Bridge Safari Zoo because when I used to live in Rockridge County, which is where that is, I lived like maybe 10 minutes from it, but I never went. Because the, like, where I lived was actually after the entrance to it, like, via the bus. That cabins you stayed in? What? You know, who wants to go and stay the night at the zoo? By the way, while I was offline, I had another follower, so thank you, Core Savage, for following as well. Stayed there for like 3 days. I couldn't imagine spending a weekend at a zoo. Went to a kids camp for a week. In like 6th grade. The only time I went to camp, I went once when I was actually almost like an adult. Yeah, I believe it was my senior year. It might have been junior, but I'm pretty sure it was my senior year of high school where I technically went to camp. It was really fun. It was up in New York. Granted, it was kind of like a like one of those like youth group kind of like things, but oh well. It was still a fun trip anyway. Stayed in a cabin, had the top bunk. Yeah, if you're staying like if you're in any kind of camp situation or cabin situation and there's bunks, the top is always the best. Even whenever the ceiling is low, like near the bunker, or the bunk, it's still the best place to be. You've been camping more than you can count. Well, I mean, if we're talking about camping, then I've been quite a lot as well. But like, I meant like camps as in like I don't know, Camp Laszlo, like that little cartoon. You're scared of heights, I've always chosen the bottom. I'm scared of the bunk breaking, that's why I choose the top. Yeah, but I also gotta age myself like talking about old cartoons like Camp Laszlo. Can't have Gen Z thinking I'm part of their generation. Even though you should have seen it as well. You're a boomer? Oh, okay. Tell the bus I said hey. Before you ask, no, I don't know what that means. You already sat down. Also, Sal, it's you are, as in your, not yours and possessive. Come on, man. You're gonna roast me, be grammatically correct. The Rayquaza gong is essentially my mic drop. If you've already sat down, at least tell your bus's seat I said hey, I guess. Does your bus have, is it like a normal bus, or is it like one of those, like those little fancy ones that sometimes, appear in cities, where you actually have seat belts? You might be sick with the vid. Oh, but people can't hear me talking. It's a normal local bus. Oh, okay. Hey, bus driver, kick the person off the bus. She might have the vid. You got headphones in? Shame, really. Also, you can do a raffle for 5K because I passed the 25 mark. Yeah, during double duel hunting, I can't ever, unless I'm already odds, I can't hit 25 or 75, so it's just gonna run past it. Hurrah! Yeah, estimation join if you want some orbs. Oh wow. Sal telling Max how to do it. Oh my god. I don't want any infighting between my mods, please, thank you. Brother, I know. I'm getting faster at being able to read where these, if they're shiny or not. Kill me, please. Is it hot on the bus? Also, I just want to point out that if you had food poisoning, as far as I'm aware, the symptoms between those two aren't like that. Granted, I haven't heard of anyone, you know, having a bit of a food sickness related things whenever it comes to having the vid. But I mean, you're a special case. No AC, but now my stomach is fighting back. Yeah, I got. Oh man, I don't remember what it is. No, I never. I remember what I ate. I ate like a tuna roll. I had food poisoning from eating a tuna roll. I was taken out for 2 days. Sucks. I hate it. Playing Monster Hunter and a big monster came in and beat me and left me stunned. So the little monsters. Can't believe you're getting jumped in a Monster Hunter game. My stomach is pressure and now it's feeling nuts. Raw pizza dough for me. Would you? Alright. Mine was supposed to be a safe food. It was properly prepared and everything. At least I thought so. You're eating raw pizza dough. Max. Max. Sweetie, please. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought you were just, you know, raw dog and dough. Yeah, that would cause some problems. You're talking about having pizza dough and bad pizza in front of the two pizza lovers of the internet. Whenever you order pizza, you can always request that it's well done. They just essentially just leave it in the oven for like another 2 minutes. I was so offended. You should be offended about getting jumped in Monster Hunter. Like there was something personal between you and those monsters. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the Pokemon game up a bit, actually. I say a bit, and then now it looks like it's just blasting it on my end. Also, since we're now listening to like the actual game audio, I'm probably gonna have to, at some point or another, hard reset the game because the audio started freaking out. Also, do both of these have the potion? Or did I skip it? I skipped it on the... Okay. I skipped it on the Squirtle one. I was wondering how it is that I was able to get to the Bulbasaur... Or sorry, the Squirtle so much quicker. So I don't know why. But last night Kat decided she wanted to paint my nails. I don't know why she did. So you ever have like that like strawberry milk? like how like thin and but like kind of slightly pink it is? She essentially took a nail polish that is like that kind of like thin pink kind of color. And put that on my fingers. However, because it's so thin, she had to do 2 coats of it. But also on top of it, it also has like it's like a pearlescent like glitter, I guess. Like top coat that she also put on it. And like I said, my nails, despite being, you know, tore up all to hell because I pick at my nails, the rest of the nail looks very pretty. She put milk on your fingers? Exactly, yeah. She put milk on my fingers and then encased it in top coat. No, it looks like it. Like how thin it was whenever she was putting on the actual why am I putting on the name now? I just said it. Fingernail polish. It was just very thin. And it's kind of funny because like looking at mine versus hers, because she did the same thing to mine as she did to herself. Hers are very, very subtle. Also, you can do another 5K raffle. Hers are very subtle in her hands, even with the, like this prismatic glitter kind of that she has on it, or pearlescent. Mine are very obvious. I don't know what it is, but like why mine is very obvious, but hers is very subtle. By the way, very pretty fingernails right now. And what's kind of like the odd thing about it is that usually she's like, she's not ever the one to like say, hey. Because like usually I'm the one that's asking for it. Because like I don't want to like bother her whenever she is like not playing on fingernail polish. But it's also kind of like a relaxation thing. Like the whole reason why I even want it is because it's kind of relaxing. You're a little late to your own raffle. How dare you? Yippee. What, are you being sent home before you even get to work? I'm on the other bus. Why are you taking 2 buses to work? Please tell me that you at least have like some kind of like bus pass. Taking 2 buses, okay, but taking 2 buses to work, to and from work every day is ridiculous. Because one of the times we went to the beach, we stayed at a campground, and the bus back and forth between the beach and the campground actually sucked. They had like these like really weird hours that they ran, but there was only like 2 buses for it. It's $2.50 for 2.5 hours. I'm sorry, do you like punch in and punch out your card? Like, is that how that works? Or is that just like the total like time allotment? So you spend $2.50 and you have from that moment 2.5 hours. Oh, so that's a pretty good rate, I must say. Like, essentially, you're just paying for the exact amount of time that you need. You have to tab it each time you get on. But it lasts 2.5 hours. Okay. So it's essentially a time allotment. Here's your time slot. Yeah, at the beach, you can buy a full day pass for $5, which makes more sense if you think about it, to just buy the or the full day pass, because that's how much you're spending anyway. All right. I mean, I suppose that's just faster anyway, so. If it works, it works, though. Otherwise, I'd be spending $8 for a bus ticket. I mean, fair. Why didn't you warn me, Twitch? I've been telling more and more people about the fact that I'm doing this like silly shiny hunt thing. And like, why don't you just hunt in the newer games? Because I can't. At the kiosk. Listen, I wish I could take the easy route to shiny hunting, but I can't. I gotta do it the hard way. Yeah, I'm gonna still work, let's go. You're still gonna keep me in your ear, right? 2 hours early, Jesus. I would say I hope they give you food, but at the same time, I don't think you need food. The next bus won't get me to work until 11:20. Jesus. Your guys' bus system is really weird. Only on Sundays and holidays. Oh yeah, I guess today is Sunday, isn't it? I'm not used to streaming this on Sundays, so I haven't done it for a while since the Charmander stuff. Yeah, for the past couple weeks I've been playing Thymesia on, or Thymesia on Sundays. Also, in case you didn't check the schedule for, or sorry, on Twitter, what's going to be going on this week for tomorrow and Tuesday? Tomorrow is going to be more Legend of Dragoon, continuing still Disc 3. And then more than likely, it's not set in stone, more than likely Tuesday will probably just be Destiny stuff, since I still need to catch up on some story stuff related to it. If I'm also doing Destiny on Tuesday, I'm probably also going to be either teaching a raid or a dungeon. To just like an LFG, so... The thing that kind of sucks about that is more than likely, if I am teaching them, I'm going to have to be very careful. Because if at any point one of them says a no-no thing, I'm either going to have to just leave them, or like just completely mute them, like on this end of things, so like for Twitch's side of things. Because I will not get in trouble for, or sorry, I'm trying to say I refuse to get in trouble for people being stupid just because I'm trying to help them. So that's probably what's going to end up happening Tuesday. If I don't end up playing Destiny, I don't know. I'll probably just find another game to one-off or just enjoy. By the way, we passed the 75 mark. You can do another raffle. You're off tomorrow and Tuesday. Hey, there you go. You'll be here for both of them if you want to watch. Also, how's your room coming along? The only picture you showed me of it was when it was still empty. Want to do another collab stream? But what about my Legend of Dragoon? You just didn't find any reason to get me into Stardew. Getting the furniture tomorrow? Oh, okay. Funny enough, Kat was saying the same thing. She was like, why don't you just go play Stardew? You mean on Tuesday? Yeah, I know. Like I said, I don't know what I want to do for Tuesday, because I still need to get caught up with stuff on Destiny. And since that's also weekly reset, it means that new thing, or not new, it means I can get essentially quote-unquote new rewards for the week. Which is why it would probably be the best time to actually teach a dungeon or a raid. Oh, also an important announcement for next weekend. I will not be streaming next Saturday either. So unlike yesterday's, where it was a very unplanned thing, next Saturday's thing is actually a planned event. So, and that starts at 11. And so, by the time that I get back here, it'll probably be 3 or 4 anyway. Yeah, so I will safely say that next week Saturday we'll not have a stream, but next Sundays will be this again. Except I'll probably go back to just doing 2 screens. Maybe. I kind of like doing these dual screens. I still need to do a clip of getting the Snorlax posted to TikTok. And not like the normal clip, like the clip that Chimeri clipped for me whenever I got it, but like making one of the highlight video things that's built into Twitch. It was actually kind of interesting. I didn't expect the Hey, where's my phone? It's not like my most watched video on TikTok. But I am pleasantly surprised by the fact that people actually did watch it. Let me see what it... Okay, hold on. TikTok. So it's actually just right behind my Destiny one, which is odd. It's like what? Not even 50? Wait. It's like 30... I can't do math. It's like 34. Yeah, it's like 34 views behind it. Which is crazy to me. I haven't tried to make like the Resident Evil 4 clip that happened. Kind of funny, that didn't work, so rip. Yeah, just getting a shiny Pokemon, I guess, is enough to make people be like, yeah! Whoa! Also, let me open this. I will say, I'm not opposed to playing Stardew with you and doing another little fun little collab stream. So that way I can beat you in an egg hunt again. Probably. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just, I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about because I want to get back into sherping raids again for Destiny. And if I can do that on Tuesdays because of reset, and that's when most people are going to be doing their runs anyway. I just thought it'd be a fun time to do that. I mean, technically Sundays and Mondays are really the flex days. It's just I have Mondays kind of set for RPGs. Sorta, kinda. I'm trying to like figure out like a way of having consistent scheduling so that people know what to expect on certain days. Like how Saturdays are supposed to always be Pokemon shiny hunting. Obviously that didn't work for this past Saturday, aka yesterday, and it's not gonna work for next one. So that gets moved to Sunday. Which Sunday is usually a free day anyway, and that's why I was playing Timesia. Just because I wanted to play it and it was quite an enjoyable game. Which I did finish getting all the achievements in that offline. It really wasn't that bad after the fact. Hey, Masked. How are you doing today? By the way, we hit 1200, so that's another 10K raffle. Charmander. I agree. And I promise that's not me screaming into a microphone, I promise. But yeah, so how I want to eventually have the schedule set out is Saturdays is for this, Sundays is technically a free day, just play whatever. Monday is probably just going to be RPGs like Legend of Dragoon. And Tuesdays are also kind of flex days, but I kind of want to make it Destiny, to be honest. So it'll probably, so what Tuesdays will probably end up being is they'll probably be like flex Destiny days. If I don't know what to play, then I'll just play Destiny. If I have an idea what I want to play, then I'll probably play it. But those days will probably get Tuesdays will probably get relocated to just being kind of not one-off days, but like games that I don't know if I'll revisit. Because Time Musical was definitely a game. Whoops, Time Musical was definitely a game I wanted to get through fully. So that's why I was put on Sundays. Yeah, that was genuinely a very, very fun game. Also, congrats, Mast, on winning the 10K. Legend of Dragoon! Exactly, yeah. I will always be on Mondays until I finish it. In which case, then I gotta figure out another RPG to go play. Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, I already have like a 90% inclination to already on what game it's gonna be. I mean, my boss rattles the door. Well, you are there 2 hours early, and you're also not supposed to be working until like 11. So, Minesweeper, yes, Minesweeper the RPG. How'd you know? It's a 3D game where you're just searching the beaches of Normandy for mines. Because the DLC comes out next month. Oh my god, they're finally adding a DLC to that 30-year-old game. Minesweeper's so good, why isn't there a Minesweeper 2? New skins. Oh no, they're adding microtransactions. I'll tell you, a remake of a game I'm actually kind of excited for is Myst. I love puzzle games, and if they're going to be remaking Myst, I'll probably be streaming that at some point. Kind of similar to whenever I was streaming, oh, what was it, The Witness? The Watcher? The Looker? I don't remember. The Watchman? Yeah, I'm blanking on what that game was called. It was some kind of puzzle game I was playing. And I'm pretty sure I did it for stream, but I never uploaded it to YouTube. Yeah, it is The Witness, yeah. That's funny. Really good puzzle game with a really hard puzzle in it. Which I don't even know if I ever actually finished. I'm pretty sure I didn't actually finish that game. Now I gotta check. Just has a stream where I'm dedicated, like, trying to finish off, like, puzzle games I've yet to actually get through fully. No, I did finish it. I thought so. So there were 2 achievements in that game that I was intentionally, like, holding off. One is just called Challenge, and the last one's called Endgame. Challenge is literally to beat a, like... I think it's... God, how long is that? It's like a timed puzzle. You have to solve, like, 8 of them within, like, 7 minutes or something stupid. And the thing is that, like, there's no solution to it. And by solution, I mean, like, the puzzles are randomized every time, so, like, you can't, like, look up a guide on how to solve it. So you actually have to understand how the puzzles in that game work. So I had to do that, and then intentionally I wanted to wait to get the end game achievement, which is just to get the true ending, essentially, of the game. But boss, you look like you're dying. You pulled me in here. No, not again. You pulled me in here. It's okay. The Bulbasaur should come back. Oh no, they shifted places again. I love that every single time that I accidentally change scenes, it just shifts the order of the games. Alright, so now the Squirtles are on top. And the Bulbasaurs are on the bottom. Thank God the AC is on full blast. Oh, nice. I have mine just set to 70. Alright, can we not shift the scene? Thank you. Oh. So you need to be either drinking water or ginger ale, not 7-Up or Sprite. Well, yes, 7-Up and Sprite are good for upset stomachs. They're not good for food poisoning. You tell me this now? And look, I didn't know you had a 7-Up. You should have been like, hey, what should I pick? Not my fault you're impatient. Oh. Okay. There it is. Okay, I was waiting for the disconnect. Alright, so thankfully the recording's still going. But hi, YouTube, it's just us. Now it's not. After I was talking, you know, sweet nothings to YouTube because we were all alone in the disconnect land. As I was talking the sweet nothings, it reconnected. Oh, it has more to do with my internet than anything else. It's like almost once a day my internet is having a drop. But that's also why I'm recording these streams specifically. Because the YouTube VOD, I guess, is going to be completely unmitigated by ad breaks or anything like that. Or even like the little break screens whenever my internet drops like that. It won't be inundated with that. But also, if I ever have to like stop stream and restart it, I can just pause the recording or just really anything with the recording. Talk sweet nothings while I'm trying to restart stream. Alright, so that is the 25 mark. Yeah, it's annoying, but what do? Bro, at this point, you're going to have to do your own raffles. I know, right? I keep trying to tell you that, like, whenever I'm doing the dual screens, the raffles happen really quick. Yeah, exclamation join. But yeah, I could always just do my own raffles. It's not that hard. You want to go to the hospital so bad right now? Well, I guess keep looking more and more deathly until your boss says go home. You need to become a Dementor. Hey, and you won't have to pay more on your bus, because you're still within that 2.5 hour time allotment. Nobody wants to join my raffles. Rip. Oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. Give me just a moment. Vibe to the music for just a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Well, I know, that's what I was telling you, you just gotta keep looking more and more deathly. Today's just a drink water type of day. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta drink those boiled waters. Mind you, it's sipping on water, not drinking it. It's the same way if you have ginger ale. You need to sip on it, not drink it. The water is just to have, like, water in your stomach, but the ginger ale is actually supposed to quell your, quell your sickness, I guess is what I want to say. But if you drink it, it doesn't help. You have to sip on it. Essentially give yourself small microdoses of ginger. So really, I would rate it ginger over water, but if the only thing you can keep down is water, then I guess the water's what you gotta stick with. I always heard, and this is something I never did. This is something I always heard is that like chewing on like, and I don't know if this is true. I will say this right now. No idea if it's true. I heard that ginger root, like chewing on ginger root, is also supposed to help with that. Because like as you chew it, like mixes with your saliva, and as you swallow your saliva, it does the same thing as like ginger ale would do. That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's true. Fact check me on Google if you want. Hello, Koki. Hello, Charmander Doki. Charmadoki, there you go. How are you doing today? Good, I hope. Not dying of raw cookie dough poisoning like Max is. Hello. Is it good morning or good night? Oh, it's good night. All right. Gasp, Koki. You work during the day? I thought you only worked like me at night. Pizza dough. That's all you have to say. Oh, did I say just like a dough? And did I say just dough? Did I not say pizza dough? There it is. All right. I prepared for this by bringing a second drink over. All right, so you probably don't have enough points yet to do all 5, do you? Alright. I almost grabbed the wrong thing. 1, 2. Alright. 3, 4, and 5. Imagine not having a sideways 8 for points. No, sideways 8. It's taking a snooze. Turn my screen, but I'll break my screen. I don't have one of those like fancy pants like artist screens like where you can rotate them. These are really cool screens, by the way. Wait, no, I don't think that works still on these anymore, do they? It's like Control Alt and like one of the directional like arrows would like rotate your screen. I used to do that in school all the time. I don't even know if those still work. I could try. I could try. Hold on. It does not work hard. What I heard does actually, you know, flip your screen as Alt F4. That I know does. My dad told me to eat to make myself do the deed, which is not a bad idea. It is not a bad idea. But at the same time, you then have to go through with it. Yeah, I hate it. You know, nice gamble all. But like, it's the fastest way. You are correct, it is the fastest way. But are you really going to plan this transgression? Max. I don't think today is your lucky day. Also, did you even try to see how shiny you were today, Max? Did you just take the wheel? Take it from my hands. Only 20% today, Koki. Work must have really taken it out of you. Give it a minute. It has a global cooldown. It has a global cooldown. Don't don't cat stare me just because Koki did it first and you're slow. Let's see here. What is its cooldown anyway? There, I shortened its global timer. Oh, I didn't upgrade my I didn't update my thing here. Oh, whoops. I knew there was a command I was forgetting to update. There you go. Alright, well, I was looking at... Oh, Koki won the orbs. Gambled. Won. 76, huh? I don't want to do the duty work. Yeah. Apparently, Koku doesn't want to win a shiny Pokemon name either, other than Pikachu, which he didn't even win. He just has. Yeah. Yeah. Rips in chat. F's in chat for the Koki. The Koki, you still trying to jump scare me with Charmanders? Maybe you should wait for a horror game to hit me with the Charmander Koki. It's gonna be all quiet, very intense. Yeah, Charmander! It's just... You lost your fight. Did you get jumped again in the corner? Koki has 3 weeks off now. I think he's going to get drunk now. Oh, wow. Congratulations on your 3 weeks off. Were they... is it like PTO time off, or is this just the ebb and flow of your work weeks? Kinda. Listen, you need to take your boxing matches with the monsters more seriously. Okay, I hope you have fun, but please do it responsibly and do not drive with it. Also, I need you to pour one out for me. Perishes. Hey, if you don't want to eat, just drink your Sprite. Or your 7-Up. Just drink your 7-Up. It'll make you sick and then you'll do it. Cheers. Look up Zenogre, that's the one I'm fighting. Zenogre sounds familiar. Is it also in World? I'm chugging a 7-Up, man. I'm gonna let me give Zenogre real quick. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yeah, alright. It reminds me of actually another enemy that's in God Eater. Maybe that's something I should play on stream as well, is God Eater. Like after I finish the next RPG I'm gonna do, I could play it. God Eater is such a fun, wonderful game. Granted, Monster Hunter clone, but it's anime Monster Hunter. Similar to how Code Vein is anime Dark Souls. Granted, if I'm to play God Eater... Granted, if I'm to play God Eater, I need to figure out a way to, I need to figure out a way to emulate the PSP properly. Because that is finicky. Wait. What? Wait. Or am I thinking of Lord of Arcana? I know for a fact Lord of Arcana was on PSP. Was God Eater 1 and 2 on PSP as well? I know I can play them on my Vita. I know that for a fact. I'll figure it out later. Either way, I think the God Eater series would be a very fun game to play on stream. They're not bad either. Like they're pretty fun little games. There's actually an anime of God Eater itself as well. Though I think for the first game, it might have also happened with the second one. It's not called God Eater, it's called God's Eater. Which I think is just goofy. They like change the name because the third game is back to its normal name state. Like God's Eater. Yeah, it's a 4-seater, you know. 4-seater sedan. Can fit 4 gods in this bad boy. Have I tried the barbecue Doritos? The... Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I was talking to Max while I was eating them. I was driving home one day. Ooh, I can't talk about food right now. Yes, you can. That's what you want. They're super good. They are very, very good. I was on my way home and I was talking to Max while on my phone. Yes. Did you eat your daily cheeseburger? I have not eaten anything today yet. So no, I have not eaten my daily cheeseburger yet. Not like I can even afford it right now anyway. However, I will be eating a, I got it yesterday. It's a, yeah, so I'll get back to that in just a moment, Max. The, it's like a chicken mac and cheese bowl. It's like one of those ones you microwave. Eating barbecue Doritos right now. They're so good. I did not think I was going to like them when I had them, but they're oddly very satisfying to eat. And it makes me almost want to get the hot mustard ones out of morbid curiosity. I like mustard, but when you throw hot mustard and chips together, I don't want it. But yeah. Oh, Max, what were we talking about? Because like you were just talking about something and I just hit call. Cause like I didn't want to text you while driving while I was also eating. Pickle chips? Oh yeah, there's some pretty good pickle chips too. You hate mustard, period? I know, you and Kat both hate mustard. And she like refuses to even have mustard in the house, despite it having very good health properties. But then again, Sal, you hate like like 85% of food. Oh yeah. And I was calling you because I wanted to like distract you. And I mean, it worked. Yeah, but you were still panicking about it. Like I said, I wanted to get your mind off of it, and calling you was probably the easiest way to do it. Because also, I couldn't text you because I was driving. But also, it's kind of hard to text with one hand when I'm trying to drive. The third hand is wrist deep in the bag of barbecue Doritos. I'm sorry, Koki. It's just going to be a command for you that just says how much foam you're comprised of. Maybe 25% beef and 75% foam. They're so good. I know. And like, it's just... I didn't think they were going to be that good, but they are. Also, your luck is barely diminished, Max. I think it was like 74 earlier. It was either 74 or 72. It barely went down. But Koki's has went up. %48 pure beef, huh? Have you ever had hamburger on a pizza before, Sal? Like, it's not like a hamburger pizza, but like hamburger on a pizza. What'd you do with my luck, man? Well, obviously he took it. He took it and then added 10 more. You hate hamburgers, so no. I'm gonna tell you right now, you do not note. Oh yeah, you do not notice it. You do not notice it at all. It's almost very similar to the square pieces of pepperoni, the texture that it has on them, if the hamburger's done right. And you will not notice the flavor of it at all. It just adds more texture to the pizza, which I like. Which is probably the reason why I love Supreme pizzas. I've had the taco pizza. Pizza burgers are nasty. I wasn't even talking about pizza burgers either. Pizza, was it? Or pizza burgers. burger pizzas, whatever it is. Those are really not that good. I will agree on that, but taco pizzas are pretty good. Are the Taco Bell ones still called Mexican pizzas? Those ones that are like on like tortilla discs. Those are pretty good. I should go back and get one of those. GG Max on stealing the orbs away from Koki. And then doubling them. Let's go. Everybody here has a gambling addiction? Hogs. I mean, to be fair, look what I'm doing on screen. I'm essentially doing gambling, but with zero cost involved. It's not an addiction, I swear. It's like one of those situations where like, it's not an addiction, I'm winning. I can quit anytime I want to. Tell my boss I want to go to the hospital and she looked at me so sad. Like tugging on like the shirt like a child. Hospital? I need go. I threw up. That would have been a terrible clip to have on that if there was a shiny there. I would have to like reset on purpose just because I wouldn't want that to be part of the clip. On the bright side, I feel a little better after chugging your 7-Up. It's like the rumor where it's like the thing where like if you drink Sprite or 7-Up, it will help your stomach. In your case, you chugged it and your stomach's like, huh? Kind of right, we've never been here before. Whoops. Do we get better? I like how I frame perfect the one in the bottom left corner. Do a handstand. Cure your haircuts too. Speaking of which, nobody ever told me I was doing the method for like fixing hiccups wrong. If I shake my body, you're gonna become a carbonated drink. Just the next time you open your mouth, it's just gonna come out. So, but yeah, nobody ever told me I was doing the hiccups thing wrong. I was on because like they tell you that you're supposed to hold your breath in order to like help get rid of hiccups. No one told me, hey, you need to breathe in for a little bit, fill up your lungs, and then hold your breath. And sure dandily, the first time I get hiccups since finding that out, I do it and it goes away immediately. No one told me this. They just told me, hey, hold your breath. Like I would take a breath in, don't get me wrong. I'd take a breath in, but I wouldn't take that much breath in. No, I just suffered with my hiccups. But yeah, I would just like taking a quick, not quick breath. I would just take a breath in, hold my breath for a while, didn't do anything. But yeah, you're supposed to. Okay. No, it isn't. No, it isn't common sense, and I'll tell you the reason why. Most people... No, it isn't. No, it isn't, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's because it's very similar to whenever people are saying sayings. So, what is it? Now I need to come up with a saying on... I punch my chest when I get hiccups. You're trying to beat it out of you. How is it my entire generation knows this? Because you're all... I'm not going to say it. You know, I'm not going to say it. You know, I'll send you the message. Hold on, I'll send you the message, and you can judge by what I'm gonna say. I just stop breathing. No, I still take a breath in. I just don't hold it. I was sorry. I just don't take a deep, like a super long breath in. Get him, Coco. But like, it's like similar to sayings like curiosity killed the cat, right? I did not call you a slur. We're both white. What slur can I throw at you? But like, it's like the saying curiosity killed the cat. That's how the saying goes. But did you know that satisfaction brought it back? I mean, that's the actual saying. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. It's just like one of those things where it's like, whenever you say, hey, hold your breath to get the hiccups to go away, there's no thing that says in the middle of that, hey, take a deep breath and then hold your breath. I don't believe you. I do not believe for a moment that I had a shiny on the screen. I'm too sick for this. Also, exclamation join for a 10K raffle. No. Alright. I didn't even grab the Pokemon. No. I get that, like, usually when people are like, hey, hold your breath, you take in a breath. You take in a breath. You're not taking in the full, hey, I'm gonna fill my lungs up with air and then hold my breath. You're not fighting monsters anymore, so you'll do raffles. Like, I'm happy you're just here. Like, if you want to fight monsters while lurking, that's fine. How do you hold your breath longer? By not panicking, by not moving, by not expending the air that's in your blood. Hey Kai, how you doing? My good luck charm is actually here. Slowing the heart rate, exactly. Like it has. Hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? he had a 20-second lunch break. He had to stop by and say hi. Charmander! All of you are still trying to get me with this like jump scare Charmander. Who are... Oh, Mint has that one? Huh. That's a very judgmental dolphin. Oh, and the sip. Alright, didn't notice that first. Alright. There's your one. Listen, every single time that I've had a shiny, you've either come in or you've come in and like right at the cusp of me getting it. Also, it's Sunday, you goober. I'm quite aware. Oh, I don't say it as much as you do. There's a reason why you have the command and I don't. I'm not being dumb. No, Alright, like I said, the thing about holding your breath longer has nothing to actually do with how much, like, you are holding in. It has everything to do with what you yourself are doing. Guess who else is smart? My mom. Or sorry, yeah, anyway. Now you're smart, Koki. How else do you do what you do? Holding your breath, alright, taking a deep breath actually can make it harder to hold your breath longer. It all depends on what you're actively doing while you're holding water as a soup. No, it's a broth. Tacos are hot dogs? That I can agree on. It's actually very small. But yeah, Max, it has everything to do with what you're doing while you're holding your holding your brain. Oh no! Holding your breath. Essentially, you need to control like your movement and what it is that you're doing. Cereal is indeed a soup. What are we saying in the comments right now? Or in the comments? Where am I? Where am I? It seriously, it has more to do with what you are doing while you're holding your breath than the actual holding of your breath. Ketchup is toothpaste. Ketchup is also a smoothie. Also, about the water situation, is water wet? Water itself is not wet. I do agree. I was in choir. So was I. What's up, Chimera? What's up? Water isn't wet. What if? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The act of making things wet is to have it covered in a liquid. But what if you're wet? You probably shouldn't be that. Oh wait, I guess you're not working, right? It is Sunday, and you went into water. Then you're just as wet. You just re-wetted yourself. You need the surface in order for something to be wet. Does that mean that the sand that you step on when you step in water is wet? What about ice cream? Is the ice cream wet? If you have wet ice cream, one, it should be frozen. Ice cream is wet because it's a solid. But what if it melts? It's a liquid then. Now I hungry eating this nut butter bar. Homie, you gotta choose a better... Homie, you gotta choose a better line of words. No longer wet. It's just a bunch of molecules. I don't know about that, Max, because if you dip water, or sorry, if you dip ice in water, the ice itself becomes wet. It's still ice, but it happens to be... Oh, you're eating Cliff Bars. Oh, okay. Dude, Cliff Bars are so good. Get my head out of the gutter? You mean butter? Okay, I'll see you guys later. I was going to change my scene, but I couldn't because then like half the games disappear. That's already wet because of meltage. Meltage. All these scientific words. I'm going to have a stroke. That's what you want because you want to go to the hospital. We're doing our job effectively, Max. Still not getting me with it. Yo, what's up? Oh no. Charmander. I was unaware this is gonna become a science, like, topic. Like, of a stream. But also, to just kind of throw this out there, if the act of ice itself being wet because of because of it melting, it has to be very similar to the reason why you get wet when you're in mist. Because technically speaking, mist is liquid vapor. So it's gaseous and liquid, but you still get wet from it. So if that's the case, then ice can both be wet and not wet at the same time then. So saying ice is wet and not wet, they are both correct then. If you want to go by the fact of saying that. If you want to say that if you want to say that water is not wet, then whenever you apply that to water, when you apply it to it being in a solid, it changes how it works. Gaseous daily. It's probably those nut butters you're eating. What about thick water? We don't talk about thick water. Thick water is a slime. Essentially the beginning stages of plasma. No, you cannot ban Koki. Ooh boy. I actually like science talk because usually science is like very, like, kind of goofy topics. I'm gonna talk about Bruno, but it's thick water. Thick water comprising of both solid and liquid states. Both wet and not wet. But in a sense of speaking as well, if you say water, and like I said, I'm part of the group that does say the water isn't wet because it's applying the wet to things, the wet effect, if you will. Sorry, I had to kill a bug for Rooney. I feel that. I have to kill like weird bugs for Cat all the time. All right. Max, I think you're in the lead now. Also, Kai, that would have worked better last week when you still had like red orbs before I reset you. As a chemical process engineer. Oh yeah, I didn't get to finish what I was saying about that. If you are part of the group that does say water is wet, you got to keep in mind that, in the sense of speaking, water in of itself is also wet because it's surrounded by water molecules, which in a sense of speaking makes that one water molecule in the middle of those wet. So in a sense of speaking, the only section of water that is not wet is the very, very top layer. While the rest of water is. What is that? Is that Craig? High Brain? I was supposed to say, is that Craig from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Also, it's raining when we get wet. Just make sure don't to get your beer wet. You would die for rain. $95 for a week? Holy crap. I thought you said Quig. No, Craig. Krieg. I don't know how he's actually said. It's disgusting. No, I agree. Anytime it's above 80, I hate it. Who the F is Greg? Well, it's one of Max's friends. The top layer is not wet, but the inside is. You haven't seen Greg in 3 weeks? Well, send Greg my way. I'll be a puddle soon, AMA. I'm a puddle? Reddit? Ask me anything. How does it feel to be stepped on? Why do you splash? Having a bit of a time right now? Hey, if they are, I hope their time is better. Everybody is losing their points except for Max, and yet the next time Max gambles all, she's gonna lose them all. Watch how Pro does it. There it is. Oh. Oh my god. What's really funny about that is technically I was going to be right, and then Sal took the loss for her. Sal absolutely said, "Get down, Mr. President." Or I guess Mrs. President at this point. RIP Sal's 21,000, but hey, 168 for Max. I will say safely, Max, that if you don't gamble anymore, there's a high likelihood you'll get to name the next Shiny. And it's only the 7th. But you need to not gamble all of your points. You're done for right now. 12 minutes later. You're gonna pull a mask. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pull a mask. You're gonna gamble all like right before. Can we get a raffle, Mr. Steamer Man? You will hear in about 4 resets. I'll ungamble all. Well, shoot, Koki, if I wouldn't know you were going to do that. That was me, wasn't it? No, I've just been doing them. Because I have it set to copy and paste. So Kai, in case you don't know, every 25 is a 5K raffle, and then at the 100 mark is a 10K raffle. You're so tempted to do it one more time. Well, you have no one to take the bullet for you. Proud of Max for her points, or proud of me for what? I'm not doing anything. Can I get a raffle for 1 orb? Because you forget that I can... You can do any amount. I thought it had a minimum. It does not. You're all joining for 1 orb. Wait, I know I can't join, but I want to see what it does if I do. Only Gamble does? I guess that makes sense. Slots also has one. Slots has I think 100 minimum, since I reduced it again. Since nobody seems to win it. I'm pretty sure I can't win this, by the way. I have excluded myself, so I'm pretty sure I can't win it. It would be really fun if it gave it to me, though. You also can't gamble that, or you also can't do a raffle for that much either. That's amazing. Holy cow. Are you gonna... Okay. Woo. Anytime I do, woo, I feel like the gnome. Oh my god. It gave 2 winners, and since it splits the prize pool, it gave you each half a red orb. And Kai won the 5K. GG. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you kind of curse yourself by doing the F. You pre-F'd. You want a refund? Well, it's too damn bad. Sorry, Grandpa. All of you. All of you. You learned by Koki, to be fair. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Grandpa. You're the oldest one here. Wait, no. No, you're probably the second oldest. Once again, Sal, the max is 20k. You cannot do, what is that, 20 million? Yeah, I upped it because all you were complaining that it was too low. You're 69 years young? That's still grandpa age, homie. No, you can't. No, you can't have it that high anyway. I said my points, as in my channel points are sideways 8. How are my grandchildren doing? They're hanging in there. I haven't seen them in 47 years, but it'll be fine. They'll be okay. Oh wow, you both won 10. Koki, when are you gonna learn that your actions have consequences? Also, at this point, Max, what you can do is you can do what I do at this point, where I just gamble what I win. Poor Kokachu. Koki never taught me always type gamble all. At least my odds for gambling are better than yours, Kai. Look at how much you have. Yeah, you actually are ahead of where Masked was whenever he won the 100,000 for the Snorlax. It's gone down again. Huh. How can I do that? Let's see here. How do I do this? Where did my cheeseburger go? You ate it already. You gotta whatchamacallit? I hate that that's what it's called. Just like Chimeri's nut butter bar. Or his nut bar, if you will. I am above my hubris. Are you, though? But are you, though? You tried to chug a 7-Up so that way you didn't have to work. You're such a hater. Listen, they just need to name it better, alright? Like, nut bar. Like, come on now. I label the nutter butter here as nut butt. I'm shaking my head. I am literally SMHing. It's a nut! Alright, those three aren't, and that one isn't. My manager gives out a very exhausted sigh every time. I'm just living in, it's just living in my head, Chimera yelling, "It's a nut!" Not even the rest of it. But is it wet, though? If your peanut butter starts to melt, is it wet? Is 7-Up wet? It does have water molecules, so yes. But is a peanut butter bar, when it melts, is it wet? No, it's not. What a great pun. Everything has water in it, so everything is wet. What about dehydrated things? You can have dehydrated water. That's... Come on, no one? You feel dizzy? Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that the goal? You should be saying, "Oh yes, I feel dizzy." Anybody getting Charmander flashbacks? I certainly am. Charmander! There it is. Also, can't believe it. Bulbasaur is taking longer than Snorlax. I can't believe it. We're in semi-uncharted territory. Granted, Squirtle could still appear relatively quickly. Bulbasaur is the is the overodds one? Yeah, probably. I just want to start LeafGreen. Oh, right. Enter to get your not wet orbs. Oh boy. I can't with y'all. That's not very poggies of you, Koki. And Max sniping the 5K. She expands her lead once more. If you keep winning like this, you're going to have 200,000 by the end of the stream. Good news, everyone. What's up, Koki? You got more cheeseburgers! Yo, can I get an 07 for Koki's cholesterol levels? You gotta go in 6 minutes? Oh, is that when your shift starts? Oh, okay. Good luck. Where'd you get him from, Koki? Or did you make him? The whatchamacallit was very nice. I actually don't like those too much. You found him in the microwave? Oh man, don't you just love, like, quantum cheeseburgers? Wait, wait. Wait, is this the new microwave you got? Am I remembering that correctly? The double quantum cheeseburgers. Well, new. You got like a couple weeks ago. Wait, what is it you bought then? Was it like a toaster then, or like a toaster? It was something. It was something you bought like a couple weeks ago. Air fryers. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. You got a new AC? Like central, one of those window units, or a portable one, Kai. Either way, nice. Yeah, you could have made your burgers, and you could have made your quantum burgers in the air fryer. Crunchy, crunchy burgers. Sal, I really enjoy the quantum cheeseburger positioning. That's really smart, actually. Air fryers are the goat. They are. Kat actually had to. They didn't. We went to Subway one time and they didn't toast her sandwich long enough. She put it in the air fryer. And granted, it's the same idea, but she put it in the air fryer. And when I tell you, this sandwich came out like almost straight out of a Subway commercial. Like even the crunch. Straight out of a Subway commercial. A window unit? God. Man, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with window units anymore. I hated hauling those things around. Every time that winter would end, when I was living in West Virginia, I would have to take it out. It got to the point where I just gave up on taking it out. So, like, even in winter, I had an AC unit in my window. How did you get a new Animal Crossing? What? My dad works at Nintendo. Oh. That went above my head for a moment. Oh no. Kai and Max, you two are related. Both your dads work at Nintendo. There's only one dad at Nintendo. We actually, my apartment had Central, which was so nice, but yeah. I mean, fair. Yeah, and getting Central installed in your house is oh. I've seen one person get that done. Oh. Y'all status Satoru Iwata. How'd you know? Yeah, my dad doesn't work at my dad doesn't work at Nintendo, he works at Kojima. I'm having a stroke. Oh, there we go. Whoopsies. Why is my boss telling me to clock in? Because it's 1 minute till. Clock in! We need you! Right now, it's busy. At this current moment. Just remember, Max. Chimeri has nut. It's a nut! I need you to make a recording for me, Kai. Just yelling, it's a nut. Like, add, like, reverb onto the word nut. It's a nut, nut. Yeah, good night and good luck. And Koki won the 10k straight. Well, go say goodbye to those 10 orbs. Or 10,000. Yep, there they go. Dying light. See ya, Max. Good luck. I'll be here if you need me for like another hour. It's dying light come true. Didn't you just recently finish Dying Light 1? Is Dying Light wet? I'm sure there's one somewhere that is. If you're not careful, Koki, you're going to summon Max back with the whole "is it wet" talk again. Her science brain is going to be tingling like some kind of like sonar. We've gotten roughly 100 resets an hour. It's about the pace that we're going with this, by the way. Because we started at 1096. There you go. Free one on the house. I need to add more of those. They're goofy little things. And since I got the Charmander one to actually consistently work, maybe I can get the other ones to actually work now. I had a few other ideas to do for the Twitch alert side of things. Whoops. Maybe one of these days they'll actually have proper like alerts for like follows and subs and stuff like that. Brother, what? Now I'm confused. Did you just never follow me? Yeah, resetting the follow age is wild. Two years. You were following me before I, like, what? No, I guess I was. Oh, man. I wonder what stream you followed me on. 2 years, 5 months, 25 days, 11 hours. I love that it goes down to, like, the hours. I wonder if I can actually check to see what stream that was. I doubt it, but I can check. Or at least try to check. Let's see if I can find it. Because you were around for Layers of Fear. That I do know. Let's see, you're 2 years ago. From today. Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't streaming at the time. Yeah, that was while I was still in my break. Yeah, Kai, you followed me like right before I stopped. Yeah, so looking at this for the fun of it. Yeah, for the fun of it. So Koki, you were following me while I was before I started streaming, like before I had taken the break. I think I'm your oldest follower. I'd have to check. Well, now that you reset, I can't actually check, but yeah. So I had 2 breaks. So 2019, I had tried to start again. I think I was using my laptop at the time. No, this is before my laptop. I was just streaming straight from the console. You made me, yeah. I did that several times, yeah, for you. That is true. I can actually check my followers if I remember correctly, unless Twitch removed that for some weird reason. But let's see here. Koki, you started following between my 2019 and 2021 streams, and then Kai, you followed like right before I took my 2022. I have a lot of breaks because I kept getting either like demoralized or I just had real life things crop up. 2019 was 5 years ago. I guess probably not that old. Because I've been streaming for a while, but I've always done it off and on. Let's see if I can. Whoops. I know there's a way for me to look, and I don't actually know how to do it anymore. You're almost certain that you're my oldest? I mean, probably. Oh, well, funny enough, because of the fact that you don't have access to your Salford 1 account, that would actually give it away. Oh, okay. I had to look up how to do it because I am bad at my job. Ah. See, I knew it. You weren't following me after all this time. Oh god, I'm about to like scroll down on this forever. My old account was never followed. How dare you? Alright, let's see here. So going through my follows list. There's like one name at the bottom I can't see because it won't let me actually scroll down fully for it. Alright, so like looking at this list, right? The first person I recognize on here is a streamer I used to watch, but they haven't streamed in like years. Like before I even started streaming. However, the oldest person on here is Kat, funny enough. However, of the followers of the people I don't recognize, the first person that followed me was someone named Coppa Gold. I mean, you've had what? Salford 1 through 4. You didn't follow on your first. Check the second and third. Okay. So two actually check. Hold on. Let's check Kat's as well while we're here. Let me look at how her name is spelled. All right. Whoops. We can also check the follow age. Oh, that's a 1, not an exclamation. Yep. Yeah, so she's had her account here for quite a while. She's only came to my stream like maybe 3 or 4 times. And like I said, the oldest one on here in that list is this one. That was the first follower I had. I do not remember what that game was that I was playing for that. I mean, it's very much possible that could have also been a bot account, but that account still technically is there. You slept through the night? Congratulations. Seems your melatonin took effect quite well after all. You woke up at 6? I woke up at 8. But because I slept on the couch, I was still exhausted. So I went back to sleep. Took 6 milligrams. Yeah, I would take it if it wasn't the fact that I take medicine that keeps me awake. Because my Vyvanse will do that. It keeps me awake, so most of the time I'm actually taking it while I'm at work. And so if I also take melatonin with it... Uppers and downers. Waking up at 4 a.m. is going to kill you one day. Nah, man. People live for that. Yeah, but I mean, the Vyvanse is to control my ADHD. Granted, the thing that it mainly does for me, it doesn't stop like every little thing. Like I still have the Rip Chimera. You need to hold on to your orbs, man. You were in the lead. Whoops. You were in the lead because you won like 2 full gambles for it. And then you just lurked the entire time, not gambling anything, and you would have won. Oh, sorry, you did win. By the way, did you ever decide on Ayla or Nala by chance? Gamble Al. Oh no. You're gonna try and catch up to Max while she's gone. The slots also have a cooldown timer, Koki. So that way you're not spamming the emotes across the screen. You spelled the gamble wrong. I was gonna say you can't gamble yourself is what I was gonna say. Still counts? No, it doesn't. And the only reason why you're getting away with it is because I'm calling you Sal anyway. You said it so it counts. Yeah, so, okay, hold on. Kai, are you still listening, by the way? You still here, by chance? So I have a question for you. I don't think they are. He's probably just lurking. But, so he has a command in his channel where it's exclamation listen. Because he says listen a lot, like Navi from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And so every time he says listen, we count it. However, he has this rule where he's like, oh no, if I say it in the middle of a sentence or I'm reciting what you said, it doesn't count. So if we play by his rules, no, when I said gamble Al, when I said that, it doesn't count. It does. No, we all gotta play by the same rules. We all gotta play by the same rules. It does count? No, it doesn't. We gotta play by the same rules. Because I'm not referring to you as that. I was just repeating what your message was. The closest you get to me calling you that is when I call you Sal. The only person I call by that name is my coworker, because instead of going by his actual full first name, he goes by Al. To be fair, if I started calling him by his first name, I feel like I'd be talking to a butler. I wasn't even referring to Sal that time. Sal, if you legally get your name changed to Alfred, I will call you the name that you want all the time. said it again. Still counts. It does not. We'll make a rule book. It's just gonna be exclamation owl, and it's going to say the reason. Like, I'm going to make a listen command, but for Sal, having me call him specifically the name Owl. And it's going to be a count, and it's going to have rules. And that rule is I have to refer to you as such, not repeat your message. I'm not making it right now. So I'm going to. It's just going to be like the sound effect for it. It's just going to be him laughing in the microphone. Or I could get like Emperor Palpatine just laughing. Once again, I don't know how none of you have won that slot yet. It's not even like rigged. The thing in there is like, oh yeah, if you set it below 100, they'll slowly lose like points over time. So I increased it a little bit instead of having it, you know, below 100 is above 100. It's just at 110, so like I don't know why you guys are not winning it more often. I just want to know what the payout is. Actually, it's more rigged in your favor. If it was below 100, it's rigged in my favor. Since it's above 100, it's rigged in your favor. But I will say the 500 I had it set to before was definitely way too high. Yeah, it's gonna be consistently ruled where I have to actually call you it, not just recite what like a message or something like that. So that way, anytime I'm, you know, hanging out with you, you're like, how many times have you called me it now? And you can just go in my chat, exclamation owl, and it'll tell you. Uh-oh, is Koki going to take this single-handedly? Because no one else joined? Once again, not referring to you as it. I'll say what the command is. That is indeed a thing you can do. Though, once again, zero idea what the payout on that is. Still counts? No, it doesn't. I have to specifically say, hey, the name. Because if that's the case, I could be talking about my coworker whose name is Al, and you'd be like, it counts. No, it doesn't. Alright, technically you could slot and gamble an infinite amount of orbs if you have them. Did I ever update the orbs command? Can you do it? Yep, okay. I did update it. And if you ever want to check your points, it's exclamation points or exclamation ponder. What I should also do is instead of having a leaderboard I really should try to make the leaderboard, like, in the points thing, like a hyperlink if I can. My coding prowess should still be up to snuff in order to do that. Slots all. Oh, I guess that is an option too, isn't it? Dude, I just want to see somebody win the slots. I'm not lying. I want to know what the payout on that is so badly. Because for the fact that, like, I've yet to see anyone win that, I hope that payout is worth it. If it's not worth it, I'm just going to remove it. You know what? Hold on. I will. You know what? No, you're right. You're right. I will make it easier. You know what? Hold on. Where is it? I will make it easier. No, it's not roulette. That's the gamble. Raffle, bingo, slots. Okay, it should have saved. All right, hold on. Keep going. I wonder if it has something to do with this. All right. Koki, you have no cooldown now. There are two things that you can technically do, or I can do to see if I can. All right. Okay, hold on. I am dead set on trying to figure this out. God, come on. I'll give you both things for you to figure out how you can get this thing to like work. Because like the fact that like it just does it just does not want to let you win. All right, here, hold on. Let me set the other direction because maybe I actually did gamble it in my favor by accident. All right, I put it the other way now. Hey, okay, so you got 5 times the amount that you normally gamble. All right, let me try something different because that's at 20. Let's do something different. Let me this, that. I need a minimum of 2. I guess I'll just do this one then. Now there's only 2 emotes. So 80. So it's... Oh, you're losing. You're losing the amount of orbs you're getting. That's what it meant. Because look right now, you're gambling 100 and you're winning 80. Huh. That's funny. I'm trying to like see all the emotes I have. Because I need to be able to see which ones they are. I need the generic Twitch ones. I want to see if the amount of them will change. All right, so I added more now. So now there's more options for the roulette wheel to have, but it's still the same odds. I want to see if you win. If the amount of... Oh, interesting. So the amount of options that are in... Snooze this. The amount of options that are in the slot also adjusts to how much orbs you win. Ooh. That's interesting to note. I hope the like bitrate on this isn't just astronomically terrible because all the emotes jumping around. So, all right, I'm gonna raise this slightly, but I'm gonna leave. It's at 35 now. So now that's at 35. I wonder if the amount that you win is also increased. Because technically speaking, the right? Because technically speaking, the orbs that you get are technically more. Now, Cookie, why would you do that? Huh? Did you break my bot? Now it's stream elements. You broke my bot temporarily. It's blue because you changed who responded. For some reason, you were doing it so quick it caused stream elements to like pop up because stream elements is technically through the Virgil Spiritus thing. I want to point out I barely increased it. It was at 20 before. Oh, so it does. Okay, so it's multifaceted. Okay, so interesting. So it's based on how many emotes are in the roulette wheel as well as how rigged it is. Because you went from winning 320 to winning 560. Huh. I want to add that timer. I'm adding that cooldown back to it. I'm just going to let you know. Okay, so I'm going to keep it at 100. But I am going to add one more... I'm going to add one more emote to it. So it's back to being 5 emotes. I wonder if I can do that one. I'm just making like I probably should have the audio playing. There's not that many animated emotes, are there? You know, that's fine. All right, okay, capital F, capital V. All right, I'm going to add 3 more to this. So there is going to be 8 in total, but there's a reason I want to do it. I'm going to add... I've not even been reading these, I'm sorry. You were having fun. How can I tell me orbs? I have ponder or points. You're not last. Yeah, because there's some people that are banned from having points like me. All right, so here's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to give a unique circumstance. So there, like I said, there will be 8, so technically the points will be lower to win. I just realized an ad kicked in, didn't it? No, it's warning me of it. All right, so in the slots, if you happen to get in this order, I will double your current amount of orbs that you have. So it's Squid 1, 3, and 4. Squid 1, Squid 3, and Squid 4. There you go. So yeah, if you happen to get Squid 1, Squid 3, and Squid 4 in that exact order in the slot machine, I will double the current amount of orbs that you have. Because now there's 8, there's 8 emotes at standard odds in the slots. So technically speaking, you will... Funny enough, whenever you end up getting that, it will say you lost, but it'll be okay because technically you'll lose the 100, but you're going to get double the amount that you're currently holding anyway. So what if I have none? When you gambled that 0, like let's say it was your last 100 and you get it, then I'll give you back the 100 and double that. It has a 10-second global cooldown. Because you're a mod, you technically skip the 60-second individual cooldown. So I had to put a global cooldown specifically for you. All right, so how I set this up is there are, and just to clear the air on it. By the way, exclamation join to enter the 5K raffle. If you get 3 in a row, you do win, obviously. But because there's 8 emotes to now win from, the odds are even lower, but you're probably going to earn a good chunk of them back. Because you're probably going to earn, let's see here, at 20... Oh god, I'm actually going to do math on that, and I don't think I have the brain power for it. Because at 2 at 20, you were getting 80 orbs when you were gambling 100. Oh god. I don't know if I can do the math in my head for that. Oh, you were actually really close on that. Yeah, I actively have to think about that. I think you would oh, jeez. I think it was additive, not multiplicative. Because it's based on a combination of the emote and the probability. The one with 1-3, then the Pika ramen was probably the closest you've gotten so far, actually. Yeah, so that way, this way you can at least have something to do other than just gambling, which essentially just doubles your orb count if you win anyway. But the slots gives you another chance at doing it. Also, hi, YouTube. I haven't forgotten about you. So I apologize about you seeing all the stuff on screen. If you happen to be listening, hi. Welcome to Sal just constantly spamming slots and random emotes popping on the screen. Maybe it is. Maybe it is multiplicative. But because of the 20% odds, or sorry, the in favor of you, it goes negative. I don't know. I'm gonna say you get like, I don't know, 12 times what your thing is. I don't know. I don't know what the payout is. I can't do that math in my head right now. I need more than just like 3 wins in order to actually figure it out. Homie, it is a 10-second timer. If you turn on timestamps, you can easily figure it out from there. Like if it's been 10 seconds or not. Whoops. I should really just add like a whole bunch of emotes, and instead of playing by like the roulette, no, it's in your settings, like in your chat settings themselves. There is a cogwheel that's chat settings, and in there is a thing. Let me see if I can find it. There should be under chat appearance. Yeah. So chat settings, chat appearance, and there should be a thing that says timestamp for new messages. And essentially shows you whenever those messages have timestamps. You don't have chat settings? You should. Even on mobile, you should have it. Oh no, you're probably on one of the 7TV enabled chat things, aren't you? I'm gonna make a slot rules command that essentially says what you're gonna win if you do certain things. How do you do what again? Chat stuff? I mean, / does like Twitch commands themselves. Exclamation does like stream elements commands. Doing a colon usually, and then like typing a letter usually pulls up a menu that tells you the Twitch emotes you can do. Or if you have 7TV enabled, it also lets you do that way, but you're on mobile, so I think you have to use a specific app for that, for 7TV emotes. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Whenever the stream ends, I'm gonna add a new command called slot rules, as well as al and al rules. Essentially, what's going to happen is with slot rules, it'll be like it'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's just 10 seconds, man. Just count it out in your head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You're on the normal app. All right, here. Have a 10K raffle while I look at the mobile app real quick on my phone. Yeah, have fun with your 10K raffle. Don't forget to join. Okay. Should be muted. Huh. Out of curiosity, when you're looking at it, Sal, when you're looking at like the chat bar, which I accidentally backed out of, when you're looking at the chat bar, because obviously the stream is at the top and then chat's right below. To the very far right, there's 3 dots, right? What pulls up whenever you do that? Because I'm only having channel modes, identity, and preferences. Koki won the 10K. Nice. Now Koki's gonna start. 10 seconds, Koki. 10 seconds. Oh, no, for you. Oh, yeah, for you it's a bit different. Hold on. It's different for you because you're not a mod. Alright. You know what? Here's what we'll do instead. I don't know. You know what? No, I'll just do that. It's just 10 seconds for everybody. I wonder, can it do 7 TV emotes if I give it a specific one? If it can do 7 TV emotes, that'd be pretty cool, but I'm gonna have to remove it after the fact. It can. All right, that's cool. I'm gonna remove that though. That's funny. That's really funny. I'm not gonna keep that in because it just appears as a big poggies in my chat. Obviously on screen it shows up as normal poggies, but like that is kind of cool though. But people aren't watching, or sorry, if people don't have 7 TV, then they're not gonna see it, and so. Huh. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Sal. I guess I never realized that. Maybe if I go to someone else's chat, it might do weird things because of the fact that we're mods. No. What? That's silly. How do you pull up timestamps on mobile? Huh. Alright. Did not realize that was an issue. Alright. Add to another list of issues why to never use mobile Twitch. Bits cost more, subs cost more, can't turn on timestamps. Oh. Yeah, I'll do this like normal slots. So there's like what? There's 5. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 normal ones, and then there's the 3 squid ones. Which the squid's there for a very specific reason. Okay, why are you able to spam it? What the hell? I didn't even change anything. Why are you able to spam it now? All right, hold. Sal, slow it down. Slow it down. It's not as fun if you can spam it, but no one else can. That's really weird. Yeah, because like before, like, so originally I had it on 60-second user cooldown and global cooldown of 10 seconds. When it was like that, you can only do it every 10 seconds. But because I lowered the user cooldown and the global cooldown are both 10 seconds, for some reason you're able to spam it now. Like, only specifically you, and I'm guessing mods. But yeah, slow it down. I want the string release to be more than just just icons on the screen. Here, have another one, by the way. That's just for fun. Because I've been distracted with not doing the shiny hunt. Also, YouTube, if you've made it this far, how do you feel about me doing like 4 screens like this, doing double hunts? I'd be interested to know if I should do more like this or if I should just keep it to like 1 or 2 screens. Assuming I can even remember to upload these. I need to the past like 2-3 weeks worth of like stuff I haven't even uploaded. I need to do that. Yeah, make sure to join the raffle if you haven't already. And Koki won the 5K. You joined during it, don't worry. But yeah, what I'll probably do is if the payout is not worth it, what I will do is I'll add my own rules for the slots where, depending on what you get, I'll also give you more orbs, depending on whatever the payout is. I didn't check. Right now, the only rule that I have right now is the squid 1, 3, 4 thing, where if you get them, you get double whatever your current amount is. Though I may make the Mortal Kombat Flawless Victory one. I may make that a fun number as well. But it all depends on whatever this payout is, if any of you can ever win it. Because right now it's at neutral odds, so it's not rigged either for or against you. But there's also 8 emotes to figure out through. And without knowing how the slot probability works, I don't know what the chances of it are. Nor do I know what the payout is. I mean, when it was 2 emotes and at 20%, it was a 0.8% payout. Or sorry, a 0.8 times payout, which is really funny. So maybe it's probability plus the number of emotes times 2. It could also just be emotes times probability times 2. And then times 100 maybe? Because the 2 plus the 20% would have been 40. times 2 would have been 80 times or would have been times 100. No, it would have been divided by 100. Would have been 0.8. So yeah, I think that may be how it's done. It might be emotes times probability times 2 divided by 100. I think that's how it would work out. So something akin to... see if I can type it out in chat properly. I think that would be the equation. I could probably test it out off screen, to be honest. I think that would be what it is. But the probability also isn't in percentages. Yeah, that one up there earlier, you got 3-1, or sorry, you got 4-1-1. Add it backwards. Oh no, that's 1-4-4, sorry. At least this gives you something to do other than just focusing on just gamble the entire time. Granted, you can slot all. Though, if you're going to do an all, I think gamble would be your best bet because that one's almost a 50-50. Which is why it doubles your... which is why it doubles your orb count rather than, like, say quadruple like it does in Kai's. Whoops. Ugh. It's just evolved into just hitting the slots repetitively. Is this what Las Vegas is like? Koki, you ever been to the States before? I'd imagine there's no reason for you to come here, but I thought I'd ask. Granted, I'd be terrified of like flying over the ocean. Terrified of heights anyway. And after having get fully caught up on the boys, I'm even more terrified of planes. If you know, you know. Now what I need to do, now that I'm fully caught up on the boys, I need to finally watch Invincible. What do you mean, again? Oh, yeah, you just missed it by 1. Alright, it kind of sucks that, like, on, like, my, chat, you haven't watched Invincible Season 2. I haven't watched Invincible, period. The only thing I've ever seen of it. Oh, let's go. Okay. So you gambled 100 and you got 64. You got 64 times the win. I hate that my phone does the same thing. I don't know why hell just doesn't exist in the phones. Prosper. So if I take that probability thing, because right now it's at 100, times it by... No, it can't be that. Because if you times it by 8, you get 800. Times 100 is 8,000 divided by 2, or sorry, divided by 100 would be 80. So that can't be what the password, it can't be what the probability is, or the payout. I don't know, man. If somebody knows what the payout for the slot system is, like the actual, like, if anyone knows what it actually is, please let me know, because I would love to know what it is. Because there's 8 emotes, the probability is at 100, or whatever the rigged thing is. What do you mean you see other emotes? Yeah, they're global emotes. I did that intentionally so people don't use 7TV in order to see what the icons are. I'm just glad that they actually work with like a slot machine. Yeah, that's the idea behind it. Technically speaking, if I wanted to, I can add anything to it. I can add the letter F. Or A. So go ahead and roll, and eventually you'll see either an F or an A. But yeah, that's how I changed them. I just changed it to where they're just global emotes. I could do that, since now I know what the payout is. Well, no, the payout increases as I add icons and emotes and stuff like that. Yeah, so see how it's just the letter F? I can add whatever I want to that list. No, there's a shiny. I'm sorry, did my counter not work there? Oh, how long has that been going on? How about now? Alright. Don't know what happened there. Let me remove F and A. Something went wrong. Alright, so the payout is back to being 64 times. Now, if there's anybody that's on YouTube that actively is watching, please tell me if those if my resets have not been always counting. Because I'm solely going off that reset counter. Oh, whoops. Oh, you beat me to it. Nice. It's because my pace still had the probability thing I thought was the correct thing. Yes, the exclamation join if you want to enter the 5K raffle. Join slot, join slot. Depending on how long this goes, I might have to do the fun little prize gamble, and if it's going to be Bulbasaur or Squirtle again. Alright, I'm going to get to 1550, and then I'm going to wrap up for the day. That's 15 more resets after this one. No, it's not. It's 10. I was thinking about the number 30. To make a raffle at the end? Yeah, sure. But only at the end. Because I'm going to be doing a 10, or sorry, I'm going to be doing a 5 whenever I get to 1550, and then after that you can do the 20. Keep doing that. Also, an important note for the previous section down there at the bottom of the screen. Whenever I get 3 Pokemon in there, that's going to be the maximum amount of Pokemon that's in that slot. So what's going to end up happening is whatever my 4th Pokemon's going to be, the leftmost slot's going to get pushed out. So Charmander will eventually get pushed out. We rating one today? More than likely, yeah. Because why not? I should really start rating people more often because like it never hurts to like, you know, interact with new people or even just the same old people that we've interacted with before. It's just nice to keep interactions up and talking to new people. But I'll have to see who's live. Oh, man. So before I started this, Bulbasaur was at what, 1096? No, sorry, 1098. However, I can safely tell you that Squirtle was at 159. Wait. That's not right. No, I know that's not right. Squirtle was at 115. I'm pretty sure. I'm absolutely certain that Squirtle was at 115 when I started. So I think some of those went to Squirtle by accident. Which means that this number is actually higher than it is. I'll have to watch back on the VOD to check this. I accidentally made more work for myself. Oh no. Hold on. Hold. I accidentally kicked my power surge. So my monitor turned off for a moment. Alright, I can see again. Oh, I won't be doing that for a little while, so I probably won't do that until I get to half odds, like was it 4,096? I probably won't start doing that until I get there. Because I was not expecting to get that Snorlax in under in 8th odds. Getting that Snorlax at 1009 was a godsend, I'm telling you. Especially in these early games. Alright, one more for the day. Before I have to do even more work for myself now. Oh, then there's a break, like, right there. Alright. YouTube, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alright, hi YouTube, you're back. The ad's about to end. Hi, Sal. Let me know if you can hear me. Since this is the last one for the day, and you're practically one of the only people that's not subbed. But yeah. Also, YouTube, I went back to check on the Squirtle to see how many I joined up, and it's 44 times. I accidentally pushed it up 44 times. I'm pretty sure I started at 115. So, this reset number for Bulbasaur is probably a lot higher than it actually is. I'm glad that my PC is not part... It kind of is, but it isn't part of my my Surge Protector. The one that has like a bunch of stuff plugged into it. By a bunch, it's just mainly the monitors. Alright, so that's the last of that. Alright, which means we're going to do a 5K raffle here. Let me go over to Twitch and see who is live. And before I actually do start looking at that. So that will be the end of today's episode for YouTube. So if you enjoyed this, thank you so much for sticking around, especially this far into the video. What, essentially 3 hours. And I hope you've been enjoying these. They're very quite fun. This is what, I think day 26 of this. I hope I can get, once again, hopefully I can get the upload schedule back to normal, but I'm an idiot and I forget to do it. Yeah, so for YouTube, I'll go ahead and do the whole thing for you. So, thank you all for coming. I will bid you all adieu, and memento mori. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you when I do.